Creativity to me is tapping into and channeling your inner light. I would say. Sometimes it's challenging with all the noise. And when I say noise, I mean like all of the distractions. Being constantly on social media, or let's say you live in an environment that's not conducive to really a clear mind, or let's say you have a job that you're at 24/7 and all you do is complain. That, I feel like, can hinder creativity. Let me touch my hair. I'll say, for me personally, creativity is more accessible or open to me when my environment is conducive to that. Like, looking at my space right now, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is probably why I've been feeling this way. It's because my environment is literally a reflection of what I'm going through, and it's not cute right now. It's really not cute right now. And I think that's something that I've learned like over time, that when I'm in a more like clean, spacious environment that has like less noise, less distractions, I feel a lot better creating. I feel more inspired to create, and the stuff that I make, it honestly takes up the empty space and fills it with light and fills it with, goodness. So I feel like that's something that I definitely had to touch on with creativity. I don't necessarily know what to do to inspire creativity at the end of the day, but I know certain things that I feel like impact my creativity, which is number one, my environment. Number two, I'd say my influences, what I am tapping into, what I'm consuming, like from what I'm eating to how I sleep to what I watch, things like that. I would say deeply affect my creativity. I found that when I spent more time outside, or I listen to more podcasts that kind of remind me of like my inner light and my intuition, those inspire me to create without bounds, without wondering what the next person is doing or comparing myself. And that is literally so natural to do those things. So I think that number one, environment is super important to creativity. And number two, consumption, being cautious about what you're consuming, because you could just be inputting things in your mind that weren't there, and now they're taking space over what you actually want to do and want to be creating. Number three, I would say, is getting in tune with nature. I don't know if it's just me, because I am an earth sign. Shout out all the earth signs and all the other signs. But I feel like connecting with nature is such a key part in tapping into creativity, because nature is literally all about flow, and it's just so beautiful. Like, everything is as it should be. And maybe I'm the boring one, maybe like you're not a nature person. You don't have to be literally camping in the woods, but like just going outside and looking up into the sky and seeing how all the cloud forms are different but also beautiful and magical, and how they can separate, they can syncopate, they do what they're supposed to do, and they show up every time. Just like the sun. No matter how many clouds are in the sky, the sun is there, and it's shining. It's shining whether it's on the East Coast, the West Coast, Japan, Australia. It's shining, even if you don't see it. And that's what we're supposed to do, is literally shine, regardless of what anyone else is doing or what anyone else tells us. So I think I needed to hear that today. So I'm glad I verbalized it. But I think that I'm going to spend some time cleaning up my environment after work, because this is like a short little interlude. After work, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go bike riding with my friend, and I hope that goes well, because she wasn't feeling well yesterday and I wasn't feeling well yesterday. I recently realized how much my anxiety affects me. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and you might be like, who doesn't? But as a perfectionist, which I'm still trying to work through that, work with my ego rather than fight it, which is so challenging. But I think that this is what I needed to hear today, and maybe talking to myself is really what helps my mental, but I think that just verbalizing things and feeling as though I'm like teaching, I feel like when you could teach something, you can get better at it type stuff. I was about to swear. I feel like you can get better at it, but I think this is what I needed to hear, and I wish you guys were here when my mom came in the room and she saw me and she was like, did you really eat? And I was like, no, not really. I've been really anxious today, like really anxious, and I haven't even been on social media that much, but there's been so many thoughts in my mind that have not been good for me, I'll say. It's been a lot of pressure with trying to just figure out how to create another like consistent path, I guess, because you want to be doing, or not even say you, I want to be doing, but intentionally, and with everything that I do, like it all is from me, from my inner being, but I want to make sure that I sign, seal, co-sign every single thing that I do, and do it with love and give myself grace, because oh girl, if grace was a seasoning, which it is technically a company, I just don't use that one. I'd be like, no thank you, I had enough. I definitely don't. So that's something that I could learn, but I feel like all of what I said has been impacting my creativity, which definitely impacts my mood, because I feel as though I am a creative, yeah. I am a creative, and that's a big part of my being, is just being able to express myself freely. I feel like I'm really in tune with my inner child, so I feel like right now she's really screaming and she wants to play with her toys, but she doesn't have them right now. So I'm really glad that I'm taking time to sit down and talk to myself, because I don't know who's watching or whoever's going to see this, but I think that that's very key. Self-auditing is probably something that I do maybe a little too much, but I think it's a thing that's helped me propel my growth, like actually look at what I'm doing and how I'm feeling, and talk to myself about, am I making this bigger than it is, or is this actually what it is? But yeah, that's my spiel about creativity. Go outside if you can. I don't know what the weather looks like where you are, but I think that that's what I need today, to just take my headphones, go on a ride, and just forget that the world exists, because things are so crazy right now. But yeah, I guess I'll post some clips or take a video or two when I'm out, and I kind of want to change my hair. And for those of you who are new to this channel was solely based around like beauty and hair, like specifically natural hair. I do a lot with my natural hair, and even though I haven't posted too many videos recently within like the past year regarding natural hair, your girl has tried probably almost every style in the book and you can see it on my Pinterest if you're interested. But I hope that this gave you something today. I'm really not trying to focus too much on like what I want to talk about or what I want to do. I think a lot of what is prevalent nowadays is like you have to post content that is like specific for this, and it's, you know, dive into your niche and do this, and it's like, I personally like when people show up as themselves, for themselves, and I don't want to be always trying to target and specifically like insert something into you. Like, whatever you take from it is what you take from it. If you skip this video, cool. If you watch it, cool. But at the end of the day, like, it's gonna find who it needs to, and they're gonna pull from it what they need to, just like a song. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that and finish up what I'm doing so I could go on this little bike ride. I'm so excited, especially to listen to music on the bike ride, and also silence, because I like I like to take time to just listen to nature and also to listen to good music too. So I'm gonna split my time up, and I'm very excited. But yeah, full transparency, today has been like so left and right. I'm supposed to go right. Today's been so left and right. I think that starting this series honestly might have been such a great idea for like my mental space, just because it reminds me that what I'm thinking, or like the thoughts that come in my mind, are not all true, and nor do I have to entertain each and every thought. I definitely find myself saying like, nope, we're not thinking like that, or nope, a lot. And I think that I just need to give myself more grace and more time to just be like, yo, that's not my thought. I don't know who put that there, but I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go freely. So I'm gonna be quiet because I could talk. Listen, I could talk. I'm gonna be quiet and go, and I'll talk to you on the flip. So I am a little late, but my friend's downstairs, so I'm gonna go and go bike ride with her.